Okay, James. So looking ahead to Norwich this weekend for United, and they're coming into it off not a particularly impressive performance against Bale on Tuesday.
No, it was really a mixed bag on Tuesday. In the first half, they probably could have scored 4 or 5. That said, Bale also had their chances as well. But in the second half, they kind of fell apart really, and it was really a case, if not for Ashley Young's last-minute goal, it would have been quite an embarrassing defeat. As it was a fairly embarrassing draw, given the position they were in, 2-0 up through Danny Welbeck's goals. But no, the warning signs are definitely there ahead of Norwich.
Okay, a lot's been made of United's sort of free-scoring play this season. They've certainly been knocking them in. But also, they've been pretty open, haven't they? And I think perhaps Bale was a wake-up call in that regard.
Yes, I think Fergie conceded that after the match. They were far too open. You've got to think over the past few years when United have done so well in Europe, it's been because they've been so ruthless and able to finish off games like that. It was as if they got ahead of themselves. They took a 2-0 lead, and we know they've been blowing teams away this season. It was as if they thought they could just do it to anyone. And they were certainly taught a bit of a lesson against Bale. I think that we'll probably see Fergie rein it in a bit now. He accused them of being careless in that match, and he was actually fairly critical of them after the Chelsea game as well, saying that they were pretty careless in that one, and that really should have been a warning sign. I don't think he'll accept too many more games like Tuesday. Okay,
looking ahead to the Norwich game then, he's got a few selection poses, hasn't he, Fergie? Up front, Danny Welbeck's done well, but whether Rooney will come back in, and whether he might try and shake up the defence. What sort of team do you think Fergie will go with this weekend?
Well, it's a questionable one, isn't it? I mean, the fact that he said that they've been careless makes you wonder whether he himself will take any risks. I mean, if Rooney is back and ready to play, can you really afford to leave him out? Maybe if they'd been at Stoke last weekend, maybe he would have juggled with his lineup a bit more. But no, Welbeck's certainly given him food for thought, but he did say after the game against Bale that Welbeck tired towards the end, and I suppose it's a matter of whether he's going to be fit enough to play again from the start anyway on Saturday, having of course only just come back from a hamstring injury himself.
Right, and just back to the defence, we've had a bit of criticism on the website for Rio Ferdinand. I mean, you were there on Tuesday and you obviously watched a lot of him play. Do you see any sign of sort of deterioration in Rio's play, or do you think it's just a little blip, perhaps?
For me, if Rio Ferdinand is fit and 100%, then he's my first choice anytime. He's been an absolutely world-class defender for United, and in one game when the defence looked rocky, I wouldn't be writing Rio off for that. I think there were a few players who could hold their hands up after that match. I think United were just so open that game, it wouldn't really matter who they had at centre-back. They were going to get torn apart every time. I think Fergie said himself that there were just far too many gaps between the midfield and the defence. And when you're exposed like that, there's only so much you can do. But certainly I wouldn't be writing Rio off. Of course, he's not played much this season. He's also feeling his way back from injury. So, no, I think he's still got a fair bit of time left.
Okay, and just finally, a word on Norwich. They come into the game off the back of a win, but can you see anything other than a United victory on Saturday?
You would be amazed, wouldn't you, if United didn't win. However, I think you would have been amazed at half-time on Tuesday if you'd have said United would have done anything other than winning against Bale from 2-0 up. But that said, even after that good result for Norwich on Monday, no, I can't see anything other than the United win.
Great stuff. All right, thanks, James.
Cheers.